Hey everybody, what's up? I know it's been a couple days since you've seen me on channel Daniel Hutchins, and today we are talking about something a little more controversial. So today's controversial topic in comic book universe today is from our friend Screen Rant. So some Screen Rant, we're talking about Marvel Studios. Yep, Marvel Studios. They are suing to keep Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the Avengers' rights. Now, Marvel is suing the heirs of some of their biggest creators in an attempt to retain their rights to characters like Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the whole Avengers. This was from 4 hours ago. So, it's definitely worth noting that there's been a lot of back and forth between Marvel suing. So, Marvel is suing the heirs of some of the company's most notable creators in an attempt to retain the rights to characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the Avengers. Over the past 2 decades, the comic company's biggest heroes have grown from the comic book characters to pop culture superstars, with the MCU becoming the dominant force in global films. However, despite Marvel's recent success, its characters are still subject to copyright laws. Now, under copyright laws, creators and their families or estates can file to reclaim the rights to characters or franchises they made after a certain brief period of time. Generally, a comic book writer cedes the rights to their characters to the company they write for, but after the numbers of years, the law allows for them to their heirs to petition the publisher's rights to be terminated and characters in question to be returned to their original creators. A successful termination filing means that the company losing the rights to the character or story in question. So that's just kind of how the law works. But related to this article is the MCU already spoiled its next Avengers replacement. We're not talking about that, we're talking about something else. But that waiting period is almost up for a number of major most characters. The company has taken legal action to try to retain the rights to Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Doctor Strange, and more. Per se, there is a ton of Marvel characters that have been filed 5 different lawsuits against the heirs and estates of past creators, including Stan Lee, Gene Colan, and Steve Ditko. Now, these lawsuits claim that all the characters in their question were created as work for hire, making their rights ineligible for the return to their creator. Now, if Marvel fails in its efforts, it could start losing some of the biggest characters in less than 2 years. Okay, so that's a pretty fucking big deal. So Marvel's lawsuits just come after Ditko's estate filed a termination notice for Spider-Man, which would take effect in June of 2023. Noted the attorney Mark Toberoff, who previously represented the creators of Superman, and similar case against DC Comics, is representing the Ditko estate, while Dan Petrelli, who successfully defended that same case, will be representing Marvel in this lawsuit. The past track record suggests that Marvel may have the legal upper hand this time round as well. But in 2013, Toberoff represented a similar case on behalf of Jack Kirby's estate. But Marvel ultimately won as the courts have ruled that Kirby created his characters as work for hire. In short, comic companies have generally been successful at retaining their character rights. In these sorts of situations, however, that doesn't necessarily mean that Marvel will come out on top, with Spider-Man, Iron Man, and other heroes all hanging in the balance. It should be interesting to see how these lawsuits play out. So there you go, guys. That is just a little bit of some controversial information I wanted to share to you guys about how Marvel Studios is suing the creators to keep their heroes, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Avengers, and more. If you guys like this content, please hit that thumbs up button. If you have comments, please leave them below, and have a wonderful day. Bye.